morning. Today we're going to make the healthier version of banana nut bread. And I'm using cookbook with Felicia Jocelyn with Grains and Grit. She's on YouTube. She's one of the ladies that I watch that does freshly milled products. I'm using her banana nut bread recipe on page 89. So if you'd like to follow along, get your paper and pen and write down the recipe. I have milled my flour. I took the wheat out to make it kind of a white flour consistency. It's not going to have all the chemicals and bleach. And I don't care for desserts, biscuits, pancakes of that nature to have that wheat taste. And this is what it looks like. It looks like store-bought flour, except for it's a lot more healthier for you. Yes, I understand. I took some of the nutritional value out of it, and that's all right for me. I will put this in the freezer so it doesn't go rancid. If I make gravies, biscuits, any desserts, I can use this versus having to mill in, and I don't have to get everything back out. This is the wheat I got from the product, and I'll just use this for grits or something like that. It won't go to waste. I'll get that nutrition in a different fashion, but I want to keep my desserts less tasting like wheat. That's my preference. You do what you like in your kitchen. So let's get started. I have started with 3.5 cups of the freshly milled flour, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. And here, mix it with my flour. And while I'm doing this, I do have my oven preheating. Set that aside. In another bowl, we add 1 cup of honey, 1/2 cup of oil. Now I'm using avocado oil. You use what you would like. If you can stay away from the seed oils, that'll be better for you. You know, when we are making desserts, we have to use moderation. We can take the cravings away and still enjoy a healthier version of banana nut bread. Here is 2 teaspoons of homemade vanilla, 2 large fresh eggs. I'm going to whisk this. I have 8 bananas I took out of my freezer. When they get kind of mushy or too brown to eat fresh, I put them in the freezer. When I'm ready to make banana bread, I have them. Now it does bring a lot of liquid due to the freezing. I do take that out, and that way the bread's not as wet. Here is 8 bananas. Probably should have got a bigger bowl. Now you could use a mixer if you wanted. Okay, it's incorporated. Add the flour inside the wet. I just add a little at a time so I don't get clumps, and I can make sure I get the flour lumps out. Do you have Felicia's cook? If you do, let me know below. She's been one person that I have been following for the last few years. I have a few other cookbooks I'll talk about at a later time. Her bread was the only bread I could actually make that didn't turn out like a solid rock. I have her base, and then I kind of put my twist on it. But it is incorporated. The recipe says 1 cup of chopped nuts. Now I go overboard with the nuts. And I have just a little over 2 cups. I love nuts in my banana bread. We'll start with a cup of chopped walnuts and see how it looks in the batter. If it's not enough, we'll just continue to add the rest of them as needed. I must tell you, those bananas and vanilla smell like. I'm looking at the batter. Do you see any nuts in there? I don't either. Let's add more. That's the good thing about cooking from scratch. It's just going to make it more yummier. It has more protein. And these days, who doesn't need more protein? Now, those of you that mill your own flour, you're going to say, oh, Vanessa, you took out the most nutritional part of the flour. Yeah, I did. But you know what? It's all right. I can do it. Because why? Because it's my kitchen. And I don't want the taste of the wheat. So we kind of modify this recipe just a tad to how I want things. Okay, if I were going to make this into 2 9x5 loaf pans, I would put in the oven between 40 to 50 minutes. Let it sit for 10 minutes. Transfer it to a wire rack. I'm going to do muffins. It's more self-serve, and I can freeze them. I can get 1 serving at a time and enjoy them when I want instead of having to eat them all at one time. I'll put in the freezer once I have a couple of muffins and get them out as I want them. So that way I'm not gorging myself, and I can have sweet pleasures without really going overboard. So I do have my muffin tin. It is already oiled. When I get these in the oven and get the first one out, I will bring you along for that. And when it's ready to eat, cool down for 10 minutes, we'll have a taste test together. The oven just went off, and now it's time to put the muffins in the oven, and we'll let it cook about 20 minutes, and then we'll check them again. Then we will see if they're done, and then if they are, we'll bring them out to make another batch. The muffins are going up, so let's check them. I'm going to get at the monitor because it's supposed to be at 200 to the temperature's correct. Okay, so it is 200. It's been 10 minutes. Let's take them out. Oh my. Don't that look good? It's still kind of hot. Yum. So I'm going to oil these muffin tins again. Another batch in the oven. So the muffins are done. They are delish. I'm sure. We're going to taste it in just a second. These are the ones I did first. And then these over here are still here, and they still need to cool a little bit. But let's take a taste test. Adding all those extra nuts, if you're not a nutty person, you can omit them, or you can add the 1 cup. I probably added between 2 and 3 cups. But again, I like a nutty banana nut bread. These is not gooey in the middle. Oh my gosh, they are so moist. I'm going to leave her YouTube channel link to this video for making banana nut bread. Now, the recipe that she uses is making 1 loaf instead of 2, what her book calls for. She also gives different berries that you could use if you didn't want to do the soft white. She's phenomenal as a teacher. I just want you guys to know that if you do regular flour instead of freshly milled, it's all right. It's still better than buying prepackaged foods at the grocery store. No matter what your budget is, and no matter what your skill level is, you can do these banana nut bread. I just hope that you'll get in your kitchen like I have and bake something that's more healthier for you and your family. Friend, thank you so much today for joining me in my kitchen. Thank you. God bless, and we'll see you next time.